Hey guys, we're on Australian Survivor, season 9, episode 12. On episode 11, we had Croc going home after being blindsided by the person he was trying to save, Ben. Uh, at first, I was like, that was a bad move from Ben. But after thinking about it, Ben actually ended up saving himself. It would have been, if he had stuck to the plan, it would have been Chrissy voting Ben, Khan voting Ben, and Jesse and Sam voting Ben. That's 4. And the only ones voting for Jesse would have been Melissa, uh, Ben, and Croc. So 4-3, he kind of saved himself. He didn't know that though. He didn't know he saved himself. He kind of turned on the guy that was trying to save him. But in this episode, his reasoning was that during the blind side, Croc never told him about it. He felt betrayed by Khan just as much as anybody else. And fair enough, Croc didn't tell him about it, even though Croc thought about telling him about it and wanted to save him even during that time. He never told him about the blind side, which honestly would have been bad for Croc's game if he did tell him, because he wouldn't have been able to turn it around and he would have just got voted out anyways. All right, so we get to this episode and we have Mark over there on the Blood Tribe trying to sneak and get the idol. Remember, he got the clue last time when they had the reward, and now he's trying to sneak around to get the idol. He's searching around all over the place. He's finally able to find it. But Jordy, the one that saw him get the clue, noticed something was up. So he decided to grab some bottles and say he was going to go into a well for some water. Got over there after Mark found the idol, walked up on Mark, and he was like, I saw you find the clue. Mark is freaking out. He's like, oh, did you find the idol? Mark was like, oh, no, not yet. He's trying to play it off like he didn't find it. He's telling them, oh, it's all over this, have him looking around and stuff. Jordy's talking to him. Then eventually Mark decided, you know what? He already saw me find the clue. I can probably trust him. Might as well just tell him. So he told him, I found the idol. And he was thinking to himself, Jordy is not really a sneaky player. So if he can keep a secret, then this should be fine. In Jordy's head, Jordy's like, I got him. Which I'm just saying, Jordy's playing an amazing game right now. Amazing game. And I know Mark is never going to see it coming. All he has to do is, as soon as it gets down to the wire, just drop that little bit of information. Mark has an idol. As soon as he says that, all information going to Mark stops, and they can straight up just blindside him. It's going to be amazing. And one of his biggest threats too, especially if he can reunite with his brother, he can outsmart and bring his brother into the fold of a much bigger alliance. Just great gameplay, man. I'm amazed by it. Just Mark finding the clue, sneaking it out, Jordy seeing him do it, and using that information without even finding an idol, put himself in a power position. And while Mark doing sneaky stuff, finding idols, and also finding himself in a powerful alliance. Just all great gameplay all around. The Water Tribe, the Blue Tribe, they're kind of sucking eggs right now. They're just they're not good, man. They're just scrambling all over the place. Their alliances are flip-flopping. The people that they trust are the biggest flip-floppers. Like, everybody trusts Sam. She flip-flops all the time. Ben trusts Jesse. Jesse was the one that wanted to vote him out. Jesse was the one that tried to get the votes together to vote him out. And he trusts Sam. Sam was part of the ones that voted him out. Like, everyone that voted him out are the ones that you trust. Croc didn't even vote him out. Croc knew about the plan, but he was responsible for splitting the votes. He never voted him out. And got my boy Khan with the idol in his pocket, still holding on to it since day well, I don't remember what day it was, but he's still holding on to it. So he's, I don't know. I don't know how much people trust him, but I mean, he was able to hold on to that idol. All right, let's get to the immunity challenge. So we get to the immunity challenge, and it's no longer tribal immunity. It is individual immunity for both tribes. Let's show you a little picture of it right there. All right. So each tribe gets one. They all compete in the same challenge, but each tribe, one person from each tribe is going to win immunity. These are the individual immunity idols. All right. And it was announced that both tribes are going to tribal council and be voting someone out. All right. So that's the setup for the challenge. And then the challenge looks like this. All right. Looks like this. So they have to stand on these poles right there. That's going to be like pretty much sticking through their bottom of their feet, which is pretty painful. And holding these things right there onto a ball that's going to be squeezed in between what they're holding, the little rattle that they're holding, and the pole over here. So pretty much you have to keep your balance. If you slip your balance at any point, you're just gonna, the thing that you're holding is just gonna roll on the ball, and you're out. All right, so it's mainly just a balancing act. You can't even put much strength or lean your weight on that ball right there, because it's just gonna roll and slip right out. All right. So that's what the challenge is. All right, so let's get to the winners. It was a long challenge for some people. The last two on the blue tribe, on the water tribe, was Khan and Sam. On the red tribe, the blood tribe, it was Shea and Jordy. All right. Shea really needs this win because she's on the bottom of the tribe, and she probably knows it at this point that the first one they're going to get rid of is her. So she needs the win. On the other tribe, Sam doesn't really need it. Khan has a hidden immunity idol, but he probably should also get the immunity so he doesn't have to worry about using his idol, because people have been trying to flush it out and throw votes at him the whole time he's had it. All right, so it was that. But in the end, the winner on the blue tribe was in fact Khan. I know, yay. But while they were up there, Sam started freaking out and started talking to Khan and telling him to drop. And Khan said, no, I'm not going to drop. I really want to see if I can do this. Like, I wouldn't come up with any excuses, just like, let's just compete. And she said, don't you trust me, or something like that? And he said, don't worry about it. If I win, I'll give you the immunity necklace. Like, I'm thinking she's freaking out. Why are you promising her stuff? You're about to win. She's not even in any danger. She doesn't need it. He made that promise, and he kept making that promise. And then eventually she couldn't get down. The host, Jonathan, had to go up there and help her down because I guess her legs locked up. And then she passed out. Doctors came, everyone was looking at her, making sure she's all right. Straight just passed out. See if I can get a little image of that. All right. Oops. All right, you see Sam on the ground there, her husband Mark over her, just laying her down because she passed out while she was sitting. And the doctor's rushing towards her aid. All right, you can see Khan just sat down because he just won. And yeah, so that's the winner for that tribe. And then the other one, they went for a long time, even during the whole passing out scenario. I think they went for almost an hour. But in the end, the winner was Shea. All right, show you a picture of them. That's them struggling through it. And you can see Jordy's really uncomfortable. Shea is very steady, but he was uncomfortable from the very beginning. Like, he really stuck it out. Shea is obviously smaller feet, a lot more surface area to put her foot on. It's a lot more comfortable of a challenge for her. But Jordy was uncomfortable the whole time, and he stuck it out, man. And yeah, tough dude. He can really pull it out in the endurance competition as soon as you get rid of Shea. Yeah, but in the end, Shea won. So the winners are Khan and Shea. All right, so Khan made his promise, and they're going back to tribe. And Khan saying he always keeps his word. So he plans to give the individual immunity idol to Sam, someone that doesn't need it, someone he didn't need to promise anything to, because he was already going to win. But she's one of his #1 allies, and he decided to make a freaking promise to someone that he doesn't owe anything, someone that's written his name down before. It's just annoying. It's just extremely annoying. Whatever. It's not like she's going to return the favor. She's still going to vote him out if he's a threat to her winning the game. Like, just crazy stuff. All right. So now they have to choose another person to vote and to vote out on the blood tribe. Now that Shea's safe, the boys have an alliance, and there's only 3 girls, and Shea's safe, which means the choices is between the last 2 girls. So it's between Mel and KG. They decided that they want to get rid of Mel because she has her sister on the other side. Smart move. They're going to keep KG, but they're going to split the votes. They decided to split the votes 5-3. So 5 on Mel, 3 on KG. All right. So Mel is one of the 3 voting for KG, and KG is one of the 5 voting for Mel. And Shea, for some reason, KG wants to get rid of Shea, and Shea is aware of it. And when they told Shea that she's going to be voting for Mel, she kind of wanted to flip the votes on KG. I don't know where their conflict started, but it's there. I don't think she was successful in flipping the votes to KG. It was just kind of like, even if she did flip her vote, I mean, she went up to people to flip the votes, and this is her pitch. KG is after me, so I think we should flip the votes to KG. Like, what kind of sales pitch is that? It's like selling Girl Scouts cookies, and your sales pitch is, I like money, so buy these. Like, what? Talk about how it helps other people, not yourself. So she did that. We got to tribal. Now, over on the blue, the water tribe, Chrissy is still mad at Ben because Croc, her brother-in-law, was trying to save him, and Ben ultimately flipped the votes to get rid of Croc. So she wants to get Ben out. Ben now thinks he's part of an alliance with Sam, Jesse, Melissa, and what's the other one? Melissa and what's the last person? Oh, and him. All right, Ben. All right. Okay. So he thinks those 4 are together, and the ones on the outs are Chrissy and Khan. So his plan is for them to split the votes. Him and Sam is going to vote for Khan, and I believe Jesse and Melissa is going to vote for Chrissy. But Chrissy, Khan, and Sam kind of have some sort of alliance sort of thing going there. And they're talking about splitting the votes. No, they're not talking about splitting the votes. They're talking about getting rid of Ben. But Chrissy and Jesse was talking about splitting the votes between Ben and Khan instead of Chrissy and Khan. So it's just a lot of different splitting the votes, not splitting the votes, and just Ben trying to get rid of Chrissy and flush Khan's idol. I don't know why he planned that. If I was him, I would have just told everyone to just put all the votes on Chrissy. But I guess he was worried Khan would use his idol to save Chrissy, but that wouldn't happen. All right, so that is basically their plan. We get to tribal, and both tribes are there. As you can see, both tribes are there and next to each other. All right, so they started with the interview on this tribe, and Shea revealed that it's a boys club on her tribe, and the votes are pretty much between the two girls that are not safe, which is KG and Mel. All right, so it's a pretty straightforward thing there. On this tribe right here, Ben was the one talking. I believe he was saying that he was pretty much on the bottom last vote, and he pulled something on. He scrambled on his way to pull something together. Chrissy's talking about her word is her bond, and she would never betray someone, and she's after Ben because he betrayed Croc. And while she's talking, Ben stood up, went around, and started talking to Khan and told Khan to play his idol because the votes are going to be split between him and Chrissy. Right in the middle of tribal. And then Khan talked to Sam about it. Sam told him, no, he's fine. Oh, by the way, he did give his immunity idol to Sam. As you can see, she's wearing it, and he has no necklace. Even though he was the one that won. So he reveals what Ben told him about playing his idol. And pretty much everyone except for Ben is just like, oh, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. All right. So they go to vote. And after they vote, Jonathan reveals that the two people getting voted out are not actually going to go home. They're going to now compete in a firemaking challenge. And the one that loses goes home. The other one goes back to their tribe. All right. Get to the vote. First vote, exactly as they planned, 5-3. And Mel gets voted out on the blood tribe by 5 votes, 3 on KG. On the other tribe, it was, in fact, not a split vote, as people thought. It ended up being, well, it was a split vote, but not that direct of a split vote. It ended up being 2 votes on Khan, which means Melissa and Ben voted for Khan. That's 2 votes on Khan, and every other vote was on Ben, sending Ben to firemaking challenge against Mel. All right, I'm thinking, all right, Ben is gonna come back. He's gonna go guns are blazing now. He knows he can't trust these people. All right, he's gonna go with a firemaking challenge and kill it. All right, they immediately start the firemaking challenge, and Mel got fire like right away. It wasn't that impressive because it was just a husk, I believe. It was just a husk. Ben was more steady with his fire. He got the wood underneath the husk. He got his fire building up. The wind was strong, blowing all over the place, but he wasn't doing anything to block the wind. He was way ahead in the fire. Like Mel's fire went out because she used too much husk right away, didn't burn the sticks as she should have. His fire was steady, but blowing all over the place because the wind was strong. And he, instead of blocking the wind, he just kept stacking sticks. Like, your goal is to burn the wood, not make a pretty fire. You can see an image of him right there. All right, you can see Mel in the background there just burning husk, and he's got a steady fire going there, but he's stacking wood. It's crazy. Like eventually he stacks the wood and then he drops a husk on it. Fire blows up, is all the way on the string. All he had to do was just stand in front of the fire, block the wind, and he would have won immediately. But no, they're just going back and forth with the wind. Nobody was blocking the wind. Melissa was coaching her sister, Mel, through it. No one was coaching. No one was coaching Ben. But as you can see here, how strong his fire is and steady is. Melissa over here, only one block in the wind, while he's over here just blowing on his own fire. In the end, both of them got the fire up to the rope, but because Mel was blocking the fire, she was the one that won, sending Ben home. I'm kind of disappointed, but if he's going to suck that hard, go home. I don't care anymore. God damn it, man. Such a disappointment. Until next time, out.